The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community that sees all things new. I am Jennifer Nuya, streaming from Cavite, Philippines. You're watching Stories from the Fringe, Season 2, Episode 1. Please let me know that you can hear me well by typing into the comment section where you are joining us from today. And you can also use the same chat box to drop in your comments, ask your questions, or just share whatever you would like to share with us today. We will also drop links later on that you can copy for later use. For those who are joining us for the first time, Stories from the Fringe aims to push for more diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in all aspects of our lives. It is our dream to co-create a world where individual differences like race, gender, ability, class, among others, are not only seen but also celebrated. We believe that we can all be a part of this collective vision. In order to make the most of our time together, we encourage you to tune out or remove all distractions and prepare to make notes, mental or written, and be fully engaged with our guest today, Dr. Pilar Bulawin. Today, I'm so proud and I am delighted to welcome in on our show Dr. Pilar Bulawin. Dr. Bulawin, a doctor of public administration, licensed real estate broker, licensed real estate appraiser, and financial advisor. She was employed as a government employee in the position of Human Resource Management Officer 3 in Pag-ibig Fund, Butuan branch for 23 years. Wow, that's a very, very long time. Chosen as the 2009 Most Outstanding Human Resource Management Practitioner by the Civil Service Commission of Caraga Region. Welcome to the show, Dr. Bulawin.
Good morning, Jennifer.
All
Good morning to
right.
all our televiewers. Thank you for having me here. It's a great honor.
Mhm. Thank you for agreeing to this conversation. Now, to start our conversation on a positive note, I would like to share three things that I am most grateful about today. So, number one, I woke up healthy and with my mental faculties intact. I think that's already worth more than $1 million. And I also had my morning coffee, really good morning coffee. So I am alert. I'm alert and enthusiastic about today, about what life has to offer for the rest of the day. And then the third one is I woke up with the chirping of the birds outside my window. So I feel like I'm in some suburban village in Italy. So what are you happy about? What are you grateful about? Pilar, for
Uh,
this
I,
day?
okay, I'm grateful for this day that my husband arrives yesterday, so
Mhm.
I'm very glad. And this time, I'll be sharing a message to our televiewers. I'm very excited and grateful
Okay,
for that.
that's only one. Surely you have two more that you can be grateful for.
I'm very grateful for the good health and the
Mm.
safety, and also the families that I have, and also with the friends
Mhm.
that I am with. So I'm grateful to God for that.
Yeah, and speaking of friends, we have, thank you. We have Kim Jasriel Kutamura. We also have Jake Lord Bulawin
Okay, my son.
supporting our live stream today, and also Charito Payarco Danao. Also Neil Leonas, to name a few.
Thank you
Yeah, so
very much.
these are your relatives and or your friends, right?
Relatives and friends.
Wonderful. So they're showing their support to you today. All
Thank you.
right. So I asked that question because I believe that gratitude, I'm sure you will agree with me, attitude is the aptitude for altitude. And if we are grateful for the things that we have right now, then God who gives us all these blessings, He will be more encouraged to give us more blessings, right? Because of that gratitude.
Yes.
Yeah, we will find more things to be grateful for. All right. So we mentioned earlier, Pilar, that you worked for the government for the last 23 years as an HR officer three. Now, as an HR practitioner myself, I wonder what is the thing that you like most about being an HR practitioner?
The things that I like most is about the trainings, the processes, the system, the
Mm-hmm.
models, and
Mm-hmm.
the people skills that I learned when I was working as an HR.
Mm-hmm. So those are the things that you love the most. How about the things that you like the least?
The least, maybe some systems or models are not being well implemented,
Mm-hmm.
and so it impacted the employees.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have an employee mindset, you will never know what's up in the management side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. And you left your HR practice um, for 23 years. So what made you decide to make the jump?
I make a shift, a career change for advancement,
Mm-hmm.
because I already have a license in real estate, and so I wanted to practice that. And we already have real properties to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
We have properties in Manila also, so I need to have a focus.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see. And I would like to add that you have a book.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. So was this part of your practice as an HR when you made or wrote the book?
Actually, it's a dissertation in my doctoral degree, Doctor of Public Administration. When I was still working, I tend to have continuous learning, like enrolling in doctoral and real estate, because my
Mm-hmm.
husband is working abroad. So in order to have a busy schedule, I usually go to school.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can you tell us more about the book? How many months did you spend doing the research for the book?
I spent 6 months doing the research of the book.
Okay. And it says what's the title of the book for the appreciation of our viewers?
That the book is entitled "Readiness and Intention to Early Retirement Among Government Employees in Butuan City."
Mm-hmm. And when we say government employees, is it only limited to the employees of Pag-ibig Fund where you worked for, or is it transversal? It also included involved. employees from other industries or sectors?
Uh, the voices or the surveys came from the six sectors of the government. We have
Mm-hmm.
the GOCC, the NGAs, the Constitutional Commission, the Financial Institution, the GIA, and the local government units. So the six
Mm-hmm.
sectors.
Oh, I can imagine the love and the care that went into writing the book. It took you 6 months and then it involved also the six sectors, right?
Yes.
And how many respondents are we talking about?
I have a population of 478 with a sample of
Mhm.
239 to
All
represent.
right. Okay, so I would assume that's the at least 10% of the population, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay. So dear viewers, I had to highlight that because in the previous months I have on my feed saying there are surveys created by some organizations, and they say, oh, this political candidate topped the survey, and then when you looked at the number of respondents, it's only 2,400. And to my mind, Pilar, right, for people who are doing research, right, independently or collectively with other researchers, 2,400 is not representative of 114 million Filipinos. If I'm not mistaken, 2,400 is like 0.0021%. Hardly, hardly a valid sample population. So I hope that those people who read just the headlines and don't really read the whole news story, be very careful in believing that the results of the survey or the study. So you see here, Pilar, she took 6 months, and it's it's a long time, right? 6 months, and then she did studies. There is, I presume, Pilar, also quantitative and qualitative data involved, right?
Yes. I made a researcher made tool questionnaire for the qualitative data, and
Mm.
I made a series of focus group discussions for the qualitative data.
Yes, yes, yes. So just to validate the results of the quantitative data, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also underwent a reliability test for the questionnaires given to the respondents.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful. So I just needed to highlight that.
Okay.
All right. And then also, further to the book, can you please brag a little, because the book is deemed as the second best paper in business and governance category, right? During the Taiwan Philippines, how do you say that, academe conference in Cebu City last 2014. Can you
Yes.
please tell more about it?
I participated as one of the podium presenter during the sixth Taiwan Philippines International Conference in Cebu, and we have 17 contenders for that category. And I was surprised I was chosen as second place.
Hmm. So you came there as a podium presenter, but you came out a winner. So how does that feel?
Um, I wonder if I really love the research, but it
Mhm.
resulted that I need to go on
Mhm.
further studies on research and literature. So I love the.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Pilar.
Thank you
You just
very much.
you just created that dissertation and you came out as one of the winners.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful because other countries are beginning to appreciate the Filipino talents. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
have some friends from abroad, and they are asking me actually, oh, Jennifer, do you know someone? Can you connect me with someone who has this expertise? Because now with the global borders, we're not saying about the physical borders, but the digital borders. I think that's one upside of this. That's one upside of this COVID-19 pandemic, right? We realize that there's really no dearth. there's really no limitation on the talents that we have. But the question is, how can I connect to the talents in other countries like
Yes.
India, Vietnam, and also here in the Philippines? So other countries are now appreciating that. Yeah. So I believe that's a validation that win in that Philippine Taiwanese conference was just a validation of the love and care that you put into that dissertation. So very good, well done, Pilar. And then also, I wonder, do you have any other books that you are currently writing?
I really wanted to write the second book. It's about the love of two parents because I'm adopted child.
Mm-hmm.
So I really love to write that book.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you please tell me more about that? The love of
When I,
two parents. Is it something from personal experience, if I may ask?
yes, it's a personal experience because at first when I learned that I'm adopted, I felt betrayal,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand that those who knew that they are adopted, they rebel, and
Mm-hmm.
so uh, I just go through the process and accept it. So when the acceptance came, I it opened me opportunities, and I learned to appreciate two parents. One gave me the heredity,
Uh-huh.
and the other one gave me the environment,
Mm-hmm.
the love, the care.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. How many years have you reached to that point of acceptance?
It took me, I think, 5 years
5 years.
to
Okay.
accept.
So when did you learn that you were adopted, if I may ask?
When I was in high school, I got the baptismal certificate in Chabacano in a
Mm-hmm.
box, a soda box, and then, but
Mm-hmm.
I met my biological parents in Cebu
Mm-hmm.
when I was
Mm-hmm.
23 years old.
Mm-hmm. When you were 23 years old, you found out that you're adopted.
Yes,
Okay.
confirmed.
Uh-huh, confirmed. Okay, so this is very timely that you share that you share that because prior to this live stream, my mother and I we were talking about adoption because I have at least watched two movies about adoption, and I was thinking, why did some people when they were adopted they turned out well, and why did some people after learning that they've been adopted they rebel? So now that you've mentioned that, I wonder, was there ever a time before that period of acceptance that you felt you wanted to rebel?
No, there was no point of rebelling because we are poor. So
Mm,
I need to assess our financial situation. So I need
mm,
to go further in my studies, although I underwent identity crisis.
mm-hmm,
So, but never will I forget to value my education. I always continue learning. I always continue going to school despite the
mm-hmm.
problems.
Okay. So can you tell us more about the identity crisis? I'm curious because this is something new to me.
Okay, you will be questioning yourself, who am I? Because you don't know yet your biological parents. So that's a big
Mm-hmm,
question because you have to know yourself in order
mm-hmm,
to know your future.
mm-hmm,
So when I knew my parents, that's the time that I dream again. I continue to look forward for the future because I
mm-hmm,
know where I came from.
mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Yeah, and that's very important, right? That you know your roots.
Yeah.
So you now appreciate having two people, two families loving you, right? So I think that makes you more fortunate than most, right? because
Yes, very fortunate, and I'm
because
loving it.
yes, please continue.
And appreciating the fact that I have two parents who loves me with
Uh-huh.
different dimensions, different perspectives. Uh, So I need to know their love languages because they are different.
Oh, I see. I see. Yep. Yep. Every person has a different love language. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, that reminds me of the golden rule that we should treat other people as we want to be treated. But going further than the golden rule, you mentioned the love language. We should treat people the way they want to be treated, right? Just because our love language is quality time doesn't mean that's the love language of our spouse, of our son. Probably we feel that, okay, I'm doing everything that I can to make you feel loved. I spend quality time. But if that is not the love language of the person, they will still feel that it's inadequate,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you for pointing that out. All right. So we're 30 minutes into the show. I believe that we're up for a short break. So we will continue our conversation after this short break.
Welcome to Strata Results, where we take a partnership approach to ensuring that your business processes, chosen technology, people and information are aligned to support your business. Strata Results, partnering for your success.
Social media can be overwhelming for entrepreneurs and business owners, and a lot actually struggles with daily content that converts sales. But don't fret. Rise Up Creatives Worldwide is here to help you with daily customizable captions, exclusive photos, and an easy-to-use design studio, all in one digital platform. Plus, monthly masterclasses to help you grow your business with just 5 minutes of investment each day. Join us today. It's time to rise up and be creative.
TNC is a live stream platform for programs for people on the go. Please watch all of our shows as seen on the screen. Imagine having your own show, your own playlist, your own content, but we make it easier for you. TNC aims to transform the lives of our viewers through engaging, authentic, and original content. Our vision is to become a global 24/7 live stream channel that showcases Filipino talent, global influencers, cultural intelligence, and ingenuity. Of course, I encourage you to watch Stories from the Fringe, live streamed every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. You can watch live or on replay via Facebook or YouTube. Follow us on IG, listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Just search hashtag TNC now. For sponsorships, please email now at thenewchannel.com or send us a DM. Enjoy these life-changing shows because we made them just for you. All right, before we went on a short break, we were talking with Dr. Pilar Bulawin. She spent 23 years in Pag-ibig Fund, Butuan branch as an HR practitioner for the last 23 years, but she decided to shift career to real estate appraisal and also as a financial advisor. And she also wrote the book Readiness and Intention to Retire. So later on, we will know more about this book. Can we welcome again Dr. Pilar Bulawin? Hi, Dr. Pilar Bulawin.
Hi,
All right.
Doctor. Hi, Jen.
So now, you said that in your book you espouse the idea that we can retire right early. What is the premise of the book about retiring early?
It is about, I have noticed that most of the government employees are not financially educated in
Mm-hmm.
terms of future ready,
Mm-hmm.
and especially in early retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the government at that time have issued an executive order 366 in
Mm-hmm.
October 2004, which is rationalization plan, and it's about being implemented. So it affected employees. Some may retire, and some will be up to be transferred to other places.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my question is, how can we retire early in this VUCA world? For the appreciation of our viewers, VUCA means volatile, uncertain. Can you help me here, Pilar?
Okay, both
Complex
complex and ambiguous.
and ambiguous. Okay, so how can we retire early knowing that there are many existential risks like this COVID pandemic that we did not expect, right?
Okay, before you make a decision to retire early, you need to assess your financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, at any age, you can retire. So, once you are financially stable, or you can have an emergency fund of about 6 months to fill the gaps for any emergency or family matters. And then you change paradigm into
Mm-hmm.
into doing some work that you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so because sometimes you're working that it's very routinary, so there comes a period that you make some transition for growth and professional fulfillment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why do you think that some government employees are not prepared to retire early or
I have four indicators mentioned in the book, which is attitude, professional fulfillment, career shift and advancement, and financial independence. So from that four indicators, the result is less ready for the four indicators. They have their high intention to retire early, but the maturity in terms of attitude is they cannot yet ready to handle the retirement phase.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. They're not emotionally,
Ready.
mentally ready. Okay. Why? Was it because they were they heavily identified with their career as part of their identity? Is that
Uh,
it?
yes, work in is part of building your identity. So it's very hard to reveal your identity once you retire.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right. You mentioned that there are also several stages to retirement. Will you be able to share that with our viewers?
Stages of retirement. Yes.
Yes.
First is before you retire, you have the planning time in finances. Your goal is to have a happy, healthy, and wealthy retirement. So you need to come up with that's the journey that you'll be going through is the planning time, which is you will also have to celebrate the big day that you retire, and
Mm-hmm,
then after that the honeymoon stage you will feel I'm free, the freedom that you live
mm-hmm,
no longer working, and then after
mm-hmm,
that the enchantment wherein you feel disappointed along the way
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because it takes I for me after my mini retirement, I call it mini retirement from the government
mm-hmm.
service. It took me 5 years to embrace entrepreneurship, to embrace it.
Oh.
It took me
Mm-hmm,
5 years to understand and to feel and to embrace really how to become a businesswoman. So
mm-hmm,
the time that I embraced that, I tried to build a new identity,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
then I from the company managed schedule, I managed to have a self-managed retirement schedule.
mm-hmm,
So the routine it keeps me moving on.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome. Was this the reason why you decided to become a financial advisor because you realized that many government employees are not prepared to retire early?
Yes, financial advisor can coach you, can mentor you on the financial planning to
Mm-hmm.
prepare for the future. And as I've noticed, when I am in real estate, paper assets also is very important because if you are buying a property, you need
Mm-hmm.
to have an insurance for the MRI and the fire, and also to for the estate planning, paper assets is very important because uh, so that's why financial advisor. I like the job of a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As a financial advisor, do you have, for example, when someone wants to build his or her wealth, do you have a list of priorities like a
Yes.
foundation, number one, number two, number three? Which of these things do you need to work on first before you can build on that?
Okay, you have a life goals depending on the different life stages. The life stages are the exploration, the establishment, the maintenance, and the enchantment. Meaning you have to undergo the life stages of pre-family, young
Mm-hmm.
family, growing
Mm-hmm.
family, emptiness, and
Mm-hmm.
retirement. Now, with
Mm-hmm.
these life stages, you need to have a goal, the life goals. That
Mm-hmm.
is the income protection. You need to protect your income, the funding of the education for your children, and the retirement planning, which is very essential at any age. The moment that you enter into the workforce, you have to think of the end, the transition of the retirement, so that you have much time to prepare for your retirement. And next is for the life goals, you have living with impaired health. You need also to to have that goal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Okay, you mentioned empty nest. So this, I presume, this means the time when the children are grown up, and then they have their own families. They leave the nest, the house, right?
Yes, yes,
But
yes,
but in the Philippine culture, sometimes the nest doesn't really become empty because even if, I'm sure you know what I'm saying. Even if
yes,
the children are already with children of their own, they still live in the house. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, right?
yes. In my survey, I usually include the extended families living
Mm-hmm.
because it affects your finances with extended families. But it's very also supportive for you to
Mm-hmm.
have your
Yeah.
relatives. Yes.
I agree with you on that. There is always a positive and a negative in every
Yes.
situation. So if you have your children living with you, even after they have already their own families, then you can get to enjoy your grandsons and granddaughters. And your grandsons and granddaughters, they get to have the family values, right?
Yes. Yes.
For me, that's also a big thing because when I had a child, when I had my child, I didn't want the values of another person imbibed by my own child. Of course, I want the family values passed on to my child. So that's the positive. But again, as you mentioned, if there's an extended family, the finances will also be affected of the parents, right? Because
Yes.
instead
Yes.
of them preparing for that time when they can enjoy, their hard-earned money, their retirement money, that will also be used to support the growing extended family. Yeah, so I think it's just a balance of things, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Again, I'm just making it clear, no judgment on those people who are still with their extended families, because I also have my family nearby,
Mhm.
and it's great to have a get together once in a while,
Yes.
right?
It's part of our culture, a Filipino culture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so anything else? Now, I'm happy that you have agreed with us today. Thank you for the many nuggets of wisdom that you have shared with us, Dr. Bulawin. Thank you very much for joining us. How can our viewers continue with the conversation with you? How can they follow you on social media and find out more about you?
Okay, you can connect me through LinkedIn, and also I have my Facebook. And also, I would like to invite you to grab a copy of my book, which is
Mm-hmm,
available in Durance Bookstore, and it is available worldwide,
mm-hmm.
uh, distributed worldwide in Japan, France, Germany, and other countries as well.
Wow, that's wonderful, fascinating. Who knows? Perhaps you will see your name in one of the best-selling authors, right?
Um, God is willing.
Yes, yes. I don't doubt it. Dear viewers, so we can continue providing you with content that you like and that best serve your needs. We encourage you to drop in your comments, send us a message, and on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how do you rate today's conversation with Dr. Pilar Bulawin? Please take a few moments to share that in the comment section. And for those of you who enjoyed today's conversation, we encourage you to be with us again next Thursday, April 28th, 10:30 Philippine Standard Time. We have a special guest, another special guest with special presentation. So we encourage you to keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you all so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day and evening, depending where you are in the world. Thank you, Dr. Pilar Balawi. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Jen.
Love, joy, and peace, everyone.
God bless everyone.